The mid-season update for Overwatch 2 just dropped, and it comes with quite the surprise. It seems Maximillien is setting up shop in Overwatch 2. Let's have a look. I did a prediction video on this mid-season update a few weeks ago, and I had about everything right, except for one big surprise, something I could not have predicted. But more about that in a minute. First, let me run over all of the other stuff that was added today, and that will be releasing in the next few weeks, towards the end of the season. On top of that, there's also a series of balancing changes that come with this update, which we're going to discuss at the end of the video. Now, I want to add that I recorded this video before the patch dropped, based on the patch notes and the blog. So there are a few things within this update that I still need to test myself. But in the coming hours and days, I'll post another few videos reviewing all of these features I did not get to test. So make sure to subscribe. But let's get started. When the mid-season update dropped, two events were added to the game. First off, there is the second phase of the 6 vs 6 test, where we swapped the role queue for a min 1 max 3 system. Now, as discussed before, some community members are quite worried about this setup, while others see it as the way forward. Now, personally, I'm more in the second camp, because it will cut down the queue times dramatically. But yeah, it might come with a few frustrations. We'll see. We need to try it first. As I said, it started today and it will be running till February 3rd. The same goes for the new Lunar New Year event, the Year of the Snake. It comes with the return of the very popular prop hunt mode, but sadly, it doesn't look like we're getting a new map. Still, this is a fun mode. Other modes that are returning are Capture the Flag and Bounty Hunter. Beyond that, the Ashe mythical weapon skin is now available in the Mythic shop. In total, this mythic weapon is going to set you back 80 prisms, or you can buy the $40 bundle that is in the shop. I'll be posting a short with all of the effects that come with this weapon later today, so stay tuned. But from what I gather, there's going to be a lot of rose petals involved. Should be interesting. So that's everything that dropped today. In 2 weeks, on February 4th, a few other events are going to start. First off, there's the second edition of Overwatch Classic, a limited time game mode that brings back a balancing snapshot from somewhere within the Overwatch history. And this time around, it's the Moth meta, the time where Mercy reigned supreme, but also the time where we still had DPS Doomfist. I know a lot of you are going to like that. And where Symmetra had her shield generator. Alright, some people are going to enjoy the hell out of it. I'm not one of those people. But you guys have fun. This new Overwatch Classic is going to be available till the end of this season, much like this year's Valentine event. That's right, it's coming back, including that Love of Geometry game mode that has only Hanzos that shoot each other with scatter arrow. I'm also expecting that Cupid skin for Hanzo to come back and maybe something new. We'll see. At the end of the season, between February 11th and February 16th, there's going to be a new Drives event, the last one for this competitive year. And as Aaron has promised, it is their biggest one yet. Not only is it running a few days extra, but you also can gain double the amount of competitive points, so that's 6,000 in total. That's 2 golden or 2 jade weapons you can buy. By the way, this is also going to be your last chance to get a jade weapon. As Blizzard announced previously, starting with Season 15, you will no longer be able to buy jade weapons. However, there is going to be a new variant added in Season 15, but more about that in a video I'm posting on Sunday. All a lot of fun, but the biggest surprise for this mid-season patch is Maximillien's Vault, a limited time shop that has huge discounts for premium cosmetics, whatever those are. Now, apparently the content for this vault is specifically tailored to you, based on your mains and your playstyle. So what I'm thinking is that you're going to get access to some cosmetics for your mains at a fraction of the price. That is what they call shady business. But I want to warn you, do not expect any new skins. It's possible. It's really possible that they added some new stuff, but I think it's primarily going to be stuff from old battle passes. We simply don't know. I'll be discovering it with you guys the moment this patch launches, which was a few minutes ago. I'm going to be posting a video that reviews this new feature in the coming days. But up till now, I kinda like this idea. And not necessarily because of the skins. To be fair, they already did something like that. In the old shop, you had this section below that showed skins that you did not own yet at discounted prices. I think they're just going to lean into that and give you more specific skins for bigger discounts. The thing I'm most excited about is that Team 4 is looking into ways to bring the lore for the game into the PvP experience. I've talked about this many a time before. I think that is really important. Since they canceled PvE, they must look at ways to bring that lore into the whole PvP experience. There are other games that do similar things, and Overwatch could do the same, even better if they wanted to. Some people are going to discover Maximillien for the first time ever, new players. That's kind of cool. They need to do more of this. But as I said, I'm going to do a full review later this week. Now, Some critical voices are going to watch this video and comment that they only brought back old events, and the only exciting thing they added is a new type of shop, a new way of them making money. And yeah, they would be right. However, this is a mid-season update. I would love to see them put more love in the old events and kind of add new content to those. I would love to see free skins being earnable through these events. I've talked about this before, but let me also add this. A few seasons ago, when I had to make a video about the mid-season update, it just was balancing updates. That was it. So what I'm seeing is progress. Colosseum wasn't built in a day either, no matter what the haters say. But anyways, talking about balancing. As I said before, this mid-season update comes with some balancing changes. All of them for 5 vs 5. Now with the new competitive year starting next season, at which point they'll probably do some bigger changes, and with the 6 vs 6 discussion still being in full swing as we are going into the second phase of testing, I do think they were kind of reluctant to do any big changes. Although, let's have a look. Hazard. The violent leap cooldown was increased from 5 to 6 seconds. I don't know if you guys remember this, but after that hotfix from a few weeks ago, I made this statement that I hadn't seen a lot of hazards in game lately. Oh boy. After I made that statement, almost every single match had a hazard player on the enemy team. I jinxed it. But that is usually a sign that that hero needs to be tapped on the nose, that they're a little too overused, a little too strong. And tapping on the nose is what they're doing. They are adding some friction to his dive ability, so that 1 second might make the difference between life and death for Hazard. On my level. On the high levels, it might still be an issue. We'll see. Ramatra. His base armor was increased from 75 to 100. As someone that plays a lot of Reinhardt and Sigma, I don't like hearing stuff like that. Do not buff Ramatra. But to be fair, he was not the most difficult one to deal with lately, so I get it. I guess he needed the buff. Winston. The ammo on his Tesla cannon was increased from 100 to 120. The secondary fire max charge damage was increased from 50 to 60. And the ultimate ability cost on Primal Rage was increased by 12%. So what I'm hearing is more Sniper Monkey, less Angry Monkey. Alright. Check. Echo. The damage per second for her focusing beam on targets above 50% HP was increased from 50 to 75. It seems that Echo was lacking a little bit. But yeah, Echo is one of those heroes that is kind of difficult to master in a way, but if she's in the right hands, oh boy. So let's see how that turns out. Tracer. The spread on the pulse pistols was decreased by 15%. This is a buff for Tracer players that are shooting from a slightly longer range. For support players. Anna. The explosion damage and healing on her biotic grenade was decreased from 90 to 75. Why? I was having fun. Anyways. Yari. For the secondary fire on her solar rifle, the maximum resource was increased from 3 to 3.5 seconds. This is supposed to help Yaris out when their pylon is down. Which in my case, on my rank, is almost never. Enemy players tend to kind of ignore my pylon, which is fine by me, unless the Yari is on the enemy team. Then that pylon needs to go down as quickly as possible. Kill it. But yeah, for those ranks where the pylon stays up, this might be a nice buff. And then the last one, Juno. The duration on her orbital ray was reduced from 10 to 8 seconds, and the damage amplification was reduced from 35 to 30%. Look, I don't see what the problem was with Juno. She got nerfed so many times lately. I think she was kind of okay. She was doing fine. I mean, is this how we're going to treat all our guests from Mars? Well, we'll see how it works out. For now, however, that was it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. It always helps me out. I also want to thank my patrons. I could not make these videos without you guys. You too can join the Omnic Post family over on patreon.com/theomnicpost. If you have a few minutes left, maybe check out one of my other videos. But above all, take care of yourself, take care of each other. Bye bye.